Good day, everyone. We are bringing you some breaking news. Spartan is launching a brand new product. We're going to see it for the first time in Jacksonville, and it's called dun 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 Spartan Cross. You saw this at the Spartan Games, essentially a Spartan short course. And by short course, I mean about 3 kilometers. They're going to have 8 to 10 obstacles, they say, in the middle of that. You're going to run around the course 2 or 3 times, depending on the location, depending on the setup. Got Watson on the phone to explain it all to us. Let's learn about it. Away we go. Let's talk about the mythical, now coming to reality, Spartan Cross.
How did you know the name?
Because you talked about it on a YouTube video.
Did I?
Watched by millions around the world.
There you go. I don't know half the stuff I say sometimes. No, that's a good question. So we've been working on a concept for quite a long time. You'll remember way back, when Spartan first played with short course, obstacle course racing formats. We've done stuff in straight lines, we've done stuff in loops, we've done stuff for over a mile, we've done stuff that's really short. We did a test in Mexico in 2019 that most people might not know about. We kept that one under wraps, but all of that sort of led to us getting the product that you saw at Spartan Games in pretty good shape. And we learned a lot from Spartan Games. And if those of you that remember, there were 2 Spartan Cross events in Spartan Games. One was slightly longer, about 5K, and the next one was shorter. It was about 2 miles. And we learned a lot from that. And it was all sort of in the name of, more testing and leading somewhere. And so really for the first time in Jacksonville, we're going to do a public launch of this product called Spartan Cross. It'll be pretty low key in the sense that, there's a really limited number of spots, and we're going to hand those out to Spartan Plus members first. So if you're a Spartan Plus member, stand by for information. If you haven't heard about it already, it's coming your way imminently. And then, if there are any spots left over, people can experience this thing. But there'll be an elite race as well. You can check out. This will all be on a Friday at Jacksonville. So haven't really talked about it much. It's sort of although it's very much in the season as we get underway with the US National Series and the Honor Series at Jacksonville. This is a Spartan Cross pre-season test, because come the summer, we've got some really exciting plans for Spartan Cross, and this is just a warm up to that. So,
well, let's talk about details. The course will be 3K. How many laps? How many obstacles per lap? What kinds of obstacles will they expect?
Yeah, so at Jacksonville, the test course we've set for about 1,100 meters, so just over a kilometer, so less than a mile. For our elite race, there'll be 3 laps. So Spartan Cross is generally 3 kilometers or less. So that's what you saw on the second edition of Spartan Cross at Spartan Games. 8 to 10 obstacles per lap, no more. So we've spent some time dialing in the number of obstacles that we'll have per lap on this product, because, we got pretty heavy on the first Spartan Cross test. Well, it wasn't really a test because it was highly competitive, but the first edition of Spartan Cross at Spartan Games. And, even Atkins with his endurance was kind of like, that was a lot of obstacles. So, we've wound that back, and the idea is make it more explosive and, so people can expect 8 to 10 obstacles, really short laps. They can be down to 600 meters. So the range is about 600 to 1,300 meters for a lap. Sorry to talk in metric, but it's kind of how we're rolling.
It's okay.
And very explosive, equal parts up, down, and flat usually. The idea, of course, is speed. And the reason we're doing this, Matt, is we really feel that obstacle course racing deserves a race that is highly watchable, exciting, not that the races we have aren't, but even a 5K sprint, you're talking about a pretty long watch time, and so we're looking for something a bit more explosive. We're not talking about ninja here. We're definitely talking about long distance running based obstacle course racing, but yeah, it's just much more watchable, much more explosive, much more fun, exciting. So that's where the sort of came from.
So is the goal to have elite waves just like we do for the regular race? So if you want to do the elite on Friday, you can do that and then race the longer distance on Saturday?
Not at Jacksonville. So the elite race is going to be run by pro team members. And then the 350 spots that we'll be doing for the public will be just one category. So cross will generally, you'll find out more as we talk about it more, but cross will generally fit into two categories. There'll be a pro sort of version of the sport, and then there'll be a sort of non-pro version of the sport for anybody really. And so it's a bit more simple than the usual categories you'll see in Spartan. But the cool thing about cross is, it really lends itself to different formats. So whether it's individual or team-based or even relay-based events, we're working on a potential for another Spartan Cross to pop up before the US summer over in Europe, actually in Eastern Europe. So that could be really exciting. And maybe one in the UK as well. So you'll see these just popping up from time to time before the summer.
So this event in Jacksonville, you said the pros will be doing it, but will there be an actual competition with prize money? Like, how is it working in Jacksonville?
Not for this. Jacksonville is, like I say, it's a test run for the summer. Come the summer, you'll see something quite noteworthy. I expect it to be bigger and louder and even more focused than the US National Series, actually. So it's really all I can say about it at the moment. But expect teams, expect big prize money, expect some pretty explosive races across the United States in the summer. So
when you say more focused than the Spartan series, than the national series, what do you mean?
Just in terms of the sort of elevation of the series, US National Series is absolutely a pinnacle of 5, 10, and half marathon OCR events. This is a little bit different. This is a lot shorter, but it will be equal to the US National Series, if not even bigger, and just in terms of its scale and the way we push this out. So,
does that mean you're talking about like broadcasting, that kind of stuff?
Could be. So, yeah, it's going to be some pretty cool tie-ins. Sounds pretty vague, but that's about as much as I can say about it. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes at the moment. So, the pandemic made things a little bit difficult in the planning process, but we didn't let that deter us, and we've made really good progress over the winter. And yeah, you'll be hearing more about Cross from the summer perspective really shortly.
Well, let me take a different side for a moment, because this sounds very exciting. And one of the things that Spartan occasionally suffers from is Joe's desire to fire, aim, ready, is that you guys like to launch a lot of products. So
yeah.
So
well,
you get sort of what I'm saying is like, okay, now we have another series, another distance. You're already doing this DECA thing, which is a short thing. So that would be a question I would have about possible brand confusion in the marketplace.
Well, that's why I'm being a bit vague about it right now, because I don't want to speak too much about it without a proper we literally spent years on this product. the testing we did in Mexico, the testing that we've done, not even at a public event, and then this Jacksonville effort coming up, all leads towards a proper
launch.
Yeah, proper launch of the product, and sometimes it can seem a bit busy. I'd say that, I think, how would I put it? I think over the years, Spartan's kind of been finding its feet in terms of being a young company, and it's always difficult to have product marketing perfectly dialed in. But I think it's getting better and better, and you're just seeing the quality of things being released. Like, Spartan Games is a great example. The launch of this season, Jacksonville's coverage. I was just on a call before about Jacksonville and looking at the fantastic video and social coverage plan there. And so I think you're just going to see Spartan get better and better at communications. Certainly looking slicker, and I'm super excited about it. So, I don't think it'll be a problem, Matt. And I think that Spartan, being such a big endurance sports brand, has enough room to offer, this kind of suite of products to people of all different interests. There's trail runners, of course, with the Trail World Championship, and there's DECA with a functional fitness focus, and mountain biking and stuff. If you like that, you can get down to La Ruta and things. So on the OCR front, I'm quite adamant that OCR and Spartan are synonymous, and some people might argue with me on that, but that's fine. But so a short course product really makes sense, and I think people have been waiting for this for a long time, and here it is. It's coming.
Well, today's the 9th. The Friday is the 26th.
Yep.
It's coming up quick. Does this mean when will you be able to, the Spartan Plus members will be able to register first, and then,
yes.
And then can you talk about what Spartan's live coverage plan is? Because people are always asking me, like, will I be able to watch the elite race?
You will. We've got some good people there. We've got lots of cameras. There's actually tons of crews going. So there's going to be all sorts of great content. There's going to be race coverage. You'll be able to watch the race. You'll be able to see highlights of the race. You'll be able to look at the results.
Where will they be able to watch the race?
All the usual Spartan, at Spartan Race, Instagram. You can check out TikTok, Facebook, all the Spartan social channels will have coverage. So if you want to see back to racing action, definitely jump onto Spartan's platforms, and I think you'll be there too, Matt. So I think no doubt you'll be providing some updates as well.
I will. We were crushed by bad signal last time. Do you think that's improved?
It's funny down there, Jacksonville, the motocross park. It's kind of it's strange. It's not that remote,
right?
but signal coverage there is a little bit frustrating. We've we do what we can to put in infrastructures. And we're improving that year on year as well. We're going to bring a bunch of gear down and sort of create our own coverage, but that always has its challenges too. So we try our best.
Are you allowed to leave your country? Will you be there?
I'm sneezing. It probably won't let me. Give it up sneezing. I am sort of allowed to leave my country, but I will not be allowed to leave for Jacksonville at the moment, and it's killing me. But I expect the vaccinations to go pretty quickly here in Singapore, where I'm based. So they've got a pretty good rollout.
What do you got? There, 500,000 people live there? How many people live in Singapore? Not that many, right?
Not that many, about 6 million, something like that. Yeah,
Atlanta's bigger than that. The city I'm in is bigger than that.
No, exactly. No, look, the US has done a fantastic job in terms of the number of people getting vaccinated already. I think it's incredible the speed. So I hope that continues at a ramp.
All right, final question.
Yes.
You and I had sent some messages back and forth. People are asking me about the Spartan Pro team. There's usually been an announcement around this time. Yep. Will there be an announcement about the Spartan Pro team?
Yeah, there will. Lots of people have been contacted about it being nominated on the Pro team. The Pro team's a little bit different, though, in 2021. There, of course, will be a global Pro team of the same size that it always has been. But the focus for us is going to be shifting a little bit towards Spartan Cross. I haven't said any of this publicly yet, so you're the first person to hear this.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. But, it'll be up to the pros to prove themselves in a draft format, and try and get a gig in the summer Spartan Cross competition that we've got coming up. So
wait a minute, a draft, is this going to be like Raw and SmackDown, like that kind of draft?
Yeah, not quite inspired by that, but it's a really sort of traditional good old sports draft, and pros are going to have a chance to prove themselves, and we'll use the US National Series to take a good look, and obviously past history and upcoming races and all that sort of stuff. But the pro team model absolutely is in place in 2021. But especially for the US, Spartan Cross is going to take a bit of a center stage position when it comes to it pros.
I think this is going to shock a lot of people, Dave Watson.
It may and will, but that's okay. That's okay. No, there's more information coming. I know that's a little bit vague, but obviously, like I say, we'll get through Jacksonville, and I'm just really excited about getting Spartan Cross in Jacksonville, and we'll get some good video for everybody to see, and then we'll hear more from us shortly.
Well, there you have it. That's as much as they would tell us. I think the most surprising thing about this is he was hinting this is going to be a bigger money product than the US National Series. He didn't say it specifically, but it sounds like that is where they are leaning. I think it's going to be super cool to see. I'm dying to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments of wherever you're seeing this, YouTube or Instagram. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. If there's one thing I love as much as talking about this stuff, it's bringing it to you, breaking news like this. It gets me excited. It's super fun. If you want to support this program, you can do that. Go to Patreon. That's right, Patreon, where you give a couple dollars of yours. It goes over here, helps us run the show over here. You can now do a yearly program, which means you'll pay for 11 months, but you'll get the whole year. There's links below how to tell you how to get there, or patreon.com/Obstacle Racing Media. Appreciate all your support. You know what? Brian Delacruz just did that. Brian upped his year from a month to a year, and now he's paid up for a year, and he only had to pay 11 months. Thank you so much. Also, new Patreon announcement. Dun, 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 dun. It's Justin A-Lot. Or is it Justin A-Lot? Justin coming from across the pond. He paid in pounds. That's right. You can pay in your currency of choice. It's awesome. Thanks for watching this stuff. As I said, let me know your thoughts. Love ya. Miss ya. Mean it. I've got to run.